Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be covering 5 tips that you can use to further expand your Doomfist playstyle and use them to rank up in competitive play. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Initiate with the team. Now this might seem like an obvious tip, but when playing Doomfist it is extremely important to make sure you attack with the support of your team. You need to make sure that if you make an error when engaging with an enemy, your team is there to help you. This is as simple as waiting for your team to go in first before selecting your target. It will make life much easier and will leave you tilt free at the end of the match. The second tip today is to select your target before engaging. A lot of errors I see in new Doomfist players is diving into the enemy team and trying to either disrupt or deal out damage without much point to what they're doing. It's an extremely risky play with very low reward. Sure, you might land a nice punch on an unsuspecting honor or mercy, but you will quickly be taken care of by the rest of the enemy team due to the abilities that you have being used up. What is much easier and safer is to gain a position of high ground, such as the window on Anubis that's shown, and make sure you have all of your abilities off cooldown. You then simply select which target, preferably a squishy hero such as an honor or a mercy, you would like to eliminate and dive in. This will ensure you can keep at least one ability free if needed to escape, and you won't feel overwhelmed by the amount of targets you may have to attack. And it also eliminates the probability of the enemy team picking you off if you still have that escape route. Tip number 3 is knowing how to utilize Doomfist's kit. Doomfist is a hero with a very high skill cap due to his playstyle. It requires Doomfist himself to dive into the enemy team and deal the damage. There are no poking allowed. This leaves many new players confused on what ability is used for, and how they can be properly utilized. First off, to engage, I recommend using the Seismic Slam to uppercut technique. This is used by the best Doomfist players, such as Chipsa, because it is very simple and allows Doomfist to escape. Dive onto your selected target using Seismic Slam, shoot them once with your hand cannon, uppercut them, and then shoot them twice more. You can then escape using a punch slide technique, which is a very simple technique after a few practice sessions and can provide Doomfist with the ability to engage and disengage before the enemy team has time to react to you. This is what Doomfist is all about, quickly diving in, dealing damage, and then escaping back to his team. Many players will try to use his right-click punch as the engagement tool. This is fine only if you can safely pull it off at relatively short distances. Don't go flying into the enemy team to try and punch that Mercy into the wall. Wait for her to come to you, be next to a wall, and then punch her. Much easier and safer. This punch can also be used to knock certain heroes out of their ultimate abilities, such as Moira, Roadhog, McCree, and many more. This is an important tool in helping out the team and knowing which ultimates can be stopped. It's critical to securing victory in competitive play. The fourth tip is the punch slide. The punch slide is arguably the most important skill when differentiating between decent Doomfist players and great ones. The punch slide is an essential in utilizing the physics of the game to give yourself a little extra boost of speed and distance at the end of a successful punch. Go into the training room and pick Doomfist, charge up and release his punch, and at the end of his travel, just before he stops, press the jump key to go flying a little bit further. This is extremely useful in engaging or disengaging, as it allows you to quickly fly away from the enemy. It can also be used around corners too, which is super helpful. You don't even have to fully charge up the punch either. You can tap right click and hold down space at the same time to get the same effect, with just a minor change in the travel distance. Tip number 5 is knowing when to swap off Doomfist. As I'm sure a lot of you know, it can tilt a team immediately when someone picks Doomfist at the start of competitive play. To overcome this, remain active in your comms and tell your team who you're planning to pick and how you're planning to take them out. Make sure they know that you're not trolling or throwing the game. Despite this, it is advised that on some maps and game modes are better for Doomfist than others. He's particularly strong on King of the Hill maps, such as Ilios and Oasis, but isn't quite as good on maps such as Volskaya Industries. He can be used on all maps, but some are more efficient and easier to use than others. Against particular heroes, such as Junkrat and Moira, he can struggle due to their crowd control abilities or evasive techniques, such as the Junkrat Trap or Moira's Fade. On the right map, a good Doomfist can actually rival a Pharah, contrary to popular belief, provided they have a hit scan to support them, and there are walls that you can punch Pharah into, and Pharah isn't too high above your team. If you are able to implement all 5 of these tips, it'll make your Doomfist experience much easier and much more successful. A good Doomfist can quickly climb the ranks and gain much SR per round. His kit and abilities are very hard to master, but when they are mastered, can provide a vital component to any team. He can pick anyone he pleases, any 200 HP or 250 HP squishy, and take them out with little to no effort at all. The only issue with using Doomfist is the escape, and the fact that you have to use him as the tool to deal damage. I hope these tips help you to further your Doomfist playstyle and help secure victory. Stick around for more upcoming tip videos and other things Overwatch. Thanks for watching.